Boom. Oh, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action featuring Boombox here, a lovely little artifact from the Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Now mainly that is replacing Thrashing Brontodon that I had in the sideboard. There's the potential to sacrifice that creature, destroying an artifact, and the idea being that Thrashing Brontodon would destroy my own torpor orb. JDX, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you and anybody else. A perfect card for your hobby. It really is. Hopefully this new change is going to be making some noise just as boomboxes do. For anybody that doesn't know what a boombox is, it's a thing that played music and it was really big. Sometimes it took batteries. Yeah. Grumpy Snail. So, Colt, I was about to get to this, but there's a link in the description to a Reddit post, and TheGrumpysnail2 made a couple comments about how this dinosaur deck, or any dinosaur deck, can just not be competitive at all. Specifically this one, which, I mean, I'm kind of sad, but I'm also happy to learn that this dinosaur deck, the way I play them, is not competitive. I'm so happy for GrumpySnail2's comment on that Reddit post, because now I guess I can't really play this dinosaur deck ever again. Some random person on the internet said it's not competitive. It probably can't beat Mono Black Waste Not. I don't see how it can beat Azorius Control and the wide range of other decks, but I'm gonna give it my honest effort. I've only played the deck a couple times here or there, so we'll see. Just some random brew that I brewed up. Yeah. Ridiculously bad, not so much. It's like 50-50, a bit of a joke. If anybody is wondering, what I just said was completely a joke, but yeah, the link to the post is in the description, and we'll get right into this completely never competitive way to play dinosaurs. How could you ever win a game with a mana curve or an average mana value of 5? At one point, as some of you guys may remember, I had an average mana value of 5.5. That is just, that's absolutely nuts. What is it right now? Okay, come on. Grumpy Snail 2. The average mana value is not 5. It's 4.8. Get it together. Come on. Okay. But, again, in all seriousness, I mean, I'm always having fun. Whatever it is, the boombox. Just boombox. Of course, JDX mentioning how it's just so ridiculously bad. But I like to think, how could it be good, even if it is bad? Okay. It's an artifact for 2. Very nice. I can play this with any combination of lands. But it happens in the early turns when I'm potentially not doing a whole lot. Turn 3, maybe I have a Castle Garenbrig as my land for the turn, but I've gone Sunken Citadel. That is a very real possibility. Commune with Dinosaurs could dig to grab a second Sunken. The second Sunken is my land for the second turn, and I still don't have 2 mana, and then I only have Castle Garenbrig. That's my third land on turn 3, and I have 2 Sunkens untapped. And I get to sneak in a boombox. Really, I'm looking forward to maybe getting it down on turn 2, turn 3. Things keep progressing. And if I do bring in the boombox as a potential way to get rid of the torpor orb, because it's shutting off Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant, all creatures with enter the battlefield triggers. I only bring in the torpor orb to hose Celestia Angels and Amalia Explore. Grumpy Snail 2 wondered what would I do with a turn 3 Amalia combo. Well, they won't be comboing because this shuts that off. So there you go. They don't do it on turn 2. So as long as I just have a torpor orb, there we go. There we go. Yeah, Commander Crane, good stuff, yes. Fantastic naming suggestion, but yeah. Oh, look, Torpor Orb, no more Amalia. Of course, keep in mind, Amalia is Abzan colors. They could have Boseiju, which might get rid of the Torpor Orb, but at least that holds him off a turn, and Boseiju destroying one of my things, giving me an extra land. That could mean doom for the Amalia opponent. But yeah, for the most part, just get this down. Amalia is done for. Locks them out. They could start the chain of life gain, though. If they get a food token, they could sacrifice it, gain 3 life. But that's the only way. Everything else is creatures entering the battlefield to gain life and then explore and gain life. And we stop it for just 2. So bring in Torpor Orb, bring in the Boombox, blow it up when I'm ready to make a bunch of mana. And that could be a very real scenario. At the end of the opponent's turn, I'm about to be able to make 8 mana. I could have 6 lands, play my 7th land for the turn, something like that. But there could be some very real scenarios where I can make 6 to activate this. And then I make my 8th, or it lines up just perfectly. The turn before I'm able to pop off anyways. So then I pop this, pop the Torpor Orb, and we make it work. We have to worry about Collected Company and Court of Calling. Court of Calling specifically, at instant speed, Amalia Explorer can tap a bunch of their own creatures to put in the final piece of the combo. It might be Amalia herself, or it could be the Wild Growth Walker. So it's very, very scary. If the Amalia opponent has some untapped mana, boom, flash in the final piece after I blow up my Torpor Orb, which the Amalia opponent could be waiting for, so we'll have to judge that. But I don't think I'm going to face Amalia too much. Otherwise, everything is still all the same. I'm still working on that primer for the deck. Beginner friendly, and it's probably going to be quite a while. I mean, look how long I just talked about using Torpor Orb to hurt Amalia. And I would talk about more in that particular matchup, and pretty much every other matchup commonly that I might run into. I'm very, very excited for that. Yeah, I say we get into it. Anybody that is new, just in case, Sunken Citadel taps for 2 mana of the chosen color, and you use that 2 mana for Castle Garenbrig, and you filter that mana through its ability when you activate it to make 6 green. So even though the, let's say, 2 green can only be used for lands with activated abilities, it's kind of like you get to use that 2 green for a creature, because it accelerates out Castle Garenbrig, and there you go. Pretty straightforward, the very basics of that. But if anybody has any questions about this deck that is not competitive whatsoever, that has a 4.8 average mana value, yeah, how could I ever win? Now, it would be nice if I faced off against Mono Black Waste Not. That'd be pretty hilarious. I mean, of course I could have just jinxed myself, talking the deck up quite a bit, watch me go on an absolutely painful losing streak. Everybody loses, and everybody has a painful streak at some point. Nothing is actually 87% win rate. Oh, I got mono white, or this cool brew, 87%. You maybe played 10 games, you won 8 or whatever. Yeah, kids these days don't appreciate dinosaurs. First off, I'm having a good time, and it certainly seems like they can do good. But Commander Crane, speaking of that, as always, well, for anybody that isn't aware, the more aggressive list of dinosaurs would beat my own list. Most aggressive stuff would do that, just because I'm not doing too much early on. However, we got to think and pause. Always with Leyline of Sanctity. Is the opponent on Mono Black Waste Not? That could, well, that's pretty good information if we can kind of determine it. Ghalta, it's not Mono Black Waste Not. so I can comfortably keep this hand, I would imagine. Starting off with 2 Sunken Citadels. All I need to see is an Archdruid's Charm to grab Castle Garenbrig. Castle Garenbrig itself, Sylvan Scrying to grab Castle Garenbrig. What? Oh, gee. How am I ever going to make 7 mana on turn 4? Now, it could be dead. This is a very aggressive deck. In Gruul, Atarka, whatever. But at the very least, stabilizing and being able to play Vaultborn Tyrant on turn 4, a big creature, and getting a bunch of life, maybe just maybe we can get the job done. Hopefully it's a land that enters untapped. I'd like to go Ghalta after I go Vaultborn. But, hey, at the very least, maybe we'll do it. Oh, surprise! Oh yeah, mouse over those lands. Oh. But yeah, Atarka's command definitely could get the job done. I'm pretty certain that's going to do it. 3 damage goes towards us, and then their creatures get pumped up. Monastery Swiftspear actually gets +2/+2 because of the prowess and the +1/+1 from Atarka's command. The Soulscar Mage is okay. Well, that's interesting. Boseiju is a good card. It is a little bit unfortunate. They dodged a bullet because they were about to die the very next turn. You do what you gotta do. They're not attacking into it, I don't think. At the very least, I get to play the lovely, absolutely lovely Regisaur Alpha. Multiple bodies, and that really could buy us quite a bit of time. It's got to be Regisaur Alpha, 100%. Gaining more life, also quite good. Yeah, I like that. And we wait. This is a very aggressive deck. I'm not attacking with anybody until the turn I can kill him. For sure. Slick shot, yeah, that's, oh, that tickles. That tickles. Ooh. Oh, it is such a lovely, lovely card. Absolutely amazing. But the slick shot dealt 1, and then I now gained 3 life. So that's pretty good. Nah. Play it safe. As long as the oh look, they got a land. Oh boy. Oh man. They're basically dead next turn. If, well, we'll see. Commune with Dinosaurs, there's a very good chance that the third or the second Castle Garenbrig should be in the top. It's not, unfortunately, but we still get to play Regisaur Alpha. We still get to gain a bunch of life. Eventually, we're going to be playing you know who, Ghalta. Leyline of Sanctity, don't exactly need that, but 6, 4. Let's go with the stuff that doesn't have trample. So all the Regisaurs blocked by 1 of each creature. Those don't deal anything. 9, 13. No. We're not attacking, that's for sure. We could, but next turn maybe. Hopefully I get to play Vaultborn next turn. I'll play it safe. I'll make him squirm a bit. 6 damage. Huh. Pretty good. Pretty good. You know what's also good? Gee. Interesting. What just happened here? How am I ever going to win against aggro? My, oh my. You know what? Let's get them even more.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
You have no power here.
At Grumpy Snail. Well, I'm just happy to have a good example, but I do understand it seems like a very crazy idea, and unfortunately, well, people tend to brush it off.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
I kind of like that combination. The guy's nodding that they need a body bag or something like that. Okay, we got the job done. I don't really expect that it's going to go quite as well, but you saw right there, Vaultborn, the first one, boom, 3 life. I played Regisaur, 3 life, another one, 3 more life. In total, I gained 9 life from the Vaultborn Tyrant. That's pretty darn fantastic. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Get him a body bag, and then he nods. I'm going to have to write that down. I can make all kinds of interesting combinations, but Hornet Queen. You know what takes out flying creatures? Flying death touch creatures. That's for sure. We don't exactly need Leyline of Sanctity. They have a little bit of stuff that could target us directly, but we'll see. Yeah. Flying death touch creatures tends to do the trick. Just have to hope that the opponent doesn't have too much trample. They kept a hand of 7. I imagine it's pretty good. Pretty hard to not be good. When there is such a low curve, lots of little creatures, you can make a lot of magic happen even with 2 or 3 lands. However, Hornet Queen definitely has to stay in. I say we get rid of Tyrranax Rex. 2 Commune with Dinosaurs is going to be quite nice indeed. We go with Forest. We could potentially draw Sylvan Scrying next turn. I want to make sure I have 2 untapped on turn 2. Okay, well, there we go with Sunken. Whew. Never mind. Good stuff. But if I was going to spend 2 for Sylvan Scrying next turn, I wouldn't be playing Commune, so I might as well use up Commune, see what we get. And now that I have a Sunken, that could potentially change what I want to do. Commune with Dinosaurs again. That's a tough one. At the moment, I'm going to be able to make 6 on turn 4. We may mostly be dead, but Cavernous Souls. Castle Garenbrig, we would play it possibly with an Archdruid's Charm, grab another Sunken, and then play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. A Blossoming Defense, good. Pretty good. Tends to do the trick. Okay. Well, sometimes you just die. Alright. Then hope to repeat game 1, but again, the thing you have a rough matchup against, you can't be too sad to lose to it. You just try to do your best. You have a little bit of things that can get you wins sometimes, even though it's not favorable, and that should be alright. Is this hand alright? Potentially. Castle Garenbrig with Commune should mean I get to my second land, or I draw into it, and yeah, we're keeping it. Seems a little bit crazy, but I've made this kind of a crazy hand work before. I'm up a card. I didn't have to mulligan, so that's pretty nice. Hopefully it's a Sunken Citadel. It's another Castle Garenbrig. At least I have 2 Castle Garenbrigs if the opponent decides to go with Boseiju. Not too bad. Okay, we can make that work. Get the lovely Sunken Citadel, which Archdruid's Charm can get the second Sunken next turn, put it onto the battlefield. That's going to be quite deadly indeed. If I draw a land for the turn that enters untapped, I could play that as well, which would be extra. I don't know. It's Picnic Ruiner. Not normally supposed to beat them, but sometimes I do. What was the regular dinosaur deck going to do? I don't think a whole lot of people were going to do much against that. Okay, I could have removal, but then I would be doing a whole lot less with the overall plan. sometimes you just have rough matchups. That's just how it goes. I don't have to be good against aggro to be a contender. Yeah, it can be. Can be. I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with it. All right. Nothing was going to help me against that picnic ruiner, ruining our chances. That wouldn't be good. No. One sunken citadel. I might try it if there is a commune with dinosaurs in here. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, that got quite a bit better. Yeah, just Tron in Modern. Absolutely. I think that is a pretty good case. Regisaur Alpha out of there. I like seeing the two Tyrranax Rexes, and there could be a chance where I play Tyrranax Rex before Regisaur Alpha, just how all the mana works out. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, 100%. The Thunderwolf. That is a very lovely point. And getting Pugnacious Hammer Skull, the new dino from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, 2 in a green. You play Ixalan's Lorekeeper, Land of War Elves. A turn 2 Pugnacious Hammer Skull would grind a lot of aggression from the opponent to a halt. Ah, darn. The darn mono black Waste Not. That's pretty good. Getting that Castle Garenbrig, I hope. We have basically all the mana we need, and they can't do anything about it. Play Castle Garenbrig. I still don't have a forest, unfortunately, but they're not gonna hopefully do anything to Carnage Tyrant. Crossing my fingers. Need a source of red. I almost messed that up, so we can now play Palani's Hatcher, but turn 4, Carnage Tyrant. Turn 5, T-Rex. Turn 6, another T-Rex. Pretty good. It's not terrible. What are you gonna do? Make me sacrifice it? And then I play T-Rex and you get hit.
Yes.
Sit back, relax, and watch them die. I tapped 3 lands and I made 6. Ooh. I love it. I love it. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but this is still decently fast. You may not win all the time against aggro, but it does get the job done against a lot of other stuff. That's for sure. And we got quite fortunate there. I mean, 3 sunken citadels, you would never normally expect to see it, but when you do see it, capitalize on that potential. You draw a castle, a Sylvan Scrying, or an Archdruid's Charm. You're getting that castle. 12 chances to see the land, the card. That unlocks the potential of those sunken citadels. 12 chances. That's a pretty good chance of seeing something that, yeah.
Ruthless aggression.
Now I have to do it again, but the question becomes, do I trim Leyline of Sanctity? This appears to be not mono black Waste Not. Dimir Control. I'll keep Leyline of Sanctity in. They probably have Liliana of the Veil blot out for 2 in a black. Target opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest mana value among creatures they control. The steamed... Okay. I gotta write that down again to remember the steamed hams. I've tried it a little bit, Victor, and certainly that would be a lovely thing and something I could try. Kind of changing things a little bit. Boombox, I mean, it's kind of a funny addition, not super serious. Boombox could be Pugnacious Hammerskull. Simply bring it in against the aggro decks, lower the curve a little bit, have a lovely creature, maybe replace Leyline of Sanctity with the Pugnacious that I bring in. Curve becomes a bit lower. Trim Tyrranax Rex potentially, but also Pugnacious Hammerskull is a big creature and it would trigger a Vaultborn Tyrant, so that could be a very legitimate way to go, transforming things a bit. But I certainly do love all the stuff I have. Maybe Hornet Queen potentially, if this is kind of the thing that helps a little bit against aggro. A swarm of death touch creatures is lovely, but when those aggro creatures are big and have trample, yeah, it's kind of rough. But it is a good point, something that is always on my mind. I've tried it a little bit in the past, but just not too much. Oh, this. Okay, I thought it was a different clip. Okay, yes, I have that.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
That's what the opponent says when, the big creatures just absolutely drop. Oh, okay. I was going to say, hopefully they don't do anything too bad, but a hand like that, sunken, 2 Castle Garen Briggs. Okay, so it's Dimir Waste Not. I could have mulliganed, potentially. Next turn, Archdruids. Yeah. And we'll go with Commune. Okay, this is interesting. Now the question becomes, what card would they discard when they cast Thoughtseize? Do I want 2 Ghaltas? Do I want Tyrranax Rex? Hard to say. Do I want a Sunken? No, I don't want a Sunken because I have enough lands. I'm going to grab another Ghalta. I imagine if I only had 1 it would be gone. Now I have 2. Perhaps that's going to protect the game plan. I think it's certainly quite a lovely payoff. It makes a lot of sense, and that's why it is so top heavy. So many big creatures. Anytime I do the Ghalta thing, it is going to be lovely. It would be a little less impactful with, the Llanowar Elves. This is not a dig against Llanowar Elves, but it would be less impactful if a bunch of the creatures were, they're smaller stuff. And you're putting those out onto the battlefield, it wouldn't feel quite as good. Yeah. So that's kind of why I was inspired to trim all the creatures that are small and, okay. Each opponent discards a card. Oh boy, man. It's going to be that forest. They get some manas, and that's fine. Could have been Ghalta, but I am going to use Archdruids. It could have also been Sylvan Scrying. My, oh my, what is going on with this opponent? That's not fun. It's not nice. Okay, do both of that. Hopefully they don't cast any more discard things. My oh my, not fun. Okay, Maze Mine Tomb, not a problem. Now hopefully we get some big creature, Regisaur Alpha, Palani's Hatcher to give this Ghalta haste. And then we would mostly kill him next turn. Archdruids is going to grab the second Sunken. 2 Sunkens and Castle is 6. Plus the other Castle and the Forest makes 8. Which is pretty great. There is no debate. I hope. Could have chosen red, but if we get Palani's Hatcher or Regisaur Alpha, they're going to come down with Ghalta anyways. Creature. Sometimes it happens, I get flooded, I draw land, and okay, that's pretty decent, I would say. Also nice to have another Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, but I don't think they're doing a whole lot. They are mana screwed. But I got there again, and again, and again. It seems like I get there more often than I don't. And definitely going up to 20, which I might go back down to 19, but I definitely get there with 20. That's for sure. And all the stuff that grabs the land that efficiently makes a bunch. Ooh, okay, fine. I'll discard Ghalta and, oh man. What am I going to do next turn? Hopefully, Regisaur Palani's Hatcher. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. We got another land. Now, Boseiju who endures, that could be quite fantastic, but the opponent is mana screwed. I don't really want to destroy their Waste Not to give them a land. But I should just play it. What am I thinking? I almost forgot. They would have got 2 temporary black mana. Phew. I almost missed it there. But it would have been nice to take a Waste Not, maybe. Okay. Well, that's alright. Hopefully we don't draw Regisaur Alpha or Palani's Hatcher next turn. I didn't choose red for the second Sunken Citadel. Oh, well, Archdruid's Charm is also quite nice. Hopefully they don't have any discard things. I might just use Archdruids to take out Waste Not, and then I have no cards and I didn't discard anything. We'll see. We'll see what they cast. Okay, not too bad. Now the question really becomes, should it be Ghalta Stampede Tyrant or should it be Vaultborn Tyrant? I can play Vaultborn Tyrant with 2 Sunkens, a castle, and another land. I would have 2 left over. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling Vaultborn Tyrant. Oh, Victor. Brotherhood's End, absolutely lovely. But the double red from Brotherhood's, just because I love the green so much, Archdruid's needing 3 green, Brotherhood's End needing 2 red, certainly has turned me off of that, but oh, it does the trick. And if you ever face off against artifact type decks, you can destroy artifacts with a mana value 3 or less. You have another great option there, just to combat something kind of uncommon. Oh, I want maybe 1 or 2 lands that can't help to cast Archdruid's Charm, but we're going to be getting something here, something good. You know what, Vaultborn, if they have removal, we get another copy, it's okay. Oh, whoa. Whew. Okay. Now let's just go Ghalta and Vaultborn. That is what you get. That's why you use 4 copies. Whenever you do your thing, it's usually pretty good. Okay, hopefully they don't have Extinction Event. But that would only be one-sided. Vaultborn is an odd mana value and Ghalta is an even, so we should be okay. Attack with Tiny Bones, do it. Okay. It is slightly rough, but Sylvan Scrying is going to redeem myself. I'm going to get my Source of Red for the lovely Palani's Hatcher, and I'm just going to keep drawing cards and gaining life and killing them. I don't imagine Tiny Bones is going to block Vaultborn Tyrant, but if they do, that's perfectly fine by me. I get another copy of it and I gain more life and I draw a card. But definitely Thunderwolf also hitting creatures and planeswalkers, taking out Leyline of the Veil, maybe taking out a bunch of zombies against Mono Black Waste Not and Liliana. Very, very nice potential there. Lovely to cover quite a few more situations and scenarios. Hopefully Vaultborn Tyrant is gonna live. It would be nice, but we don't get it back now because it is that token. Okay, drowned in the lock, that's okay. Imagine they're still dead. Pretty crazy. 3 lands, 6 mana. But of course we're going to play the lovely Tyrranax Rex and Rex him. I don't know what I want to press now.
You won! You did it!
Absolutely, Victor. Imagine that. A lot of people are surprised. Oh, it is stunning. It catches people off guard if they don't realize it. But if they do, they're caught between a rock and a hard place. Okay, I'm going to block this big creature. A little bit of damage might continue on through because Vaultborn Tyrant is a 6/6 trample. With the tiny bones there, 5 damage got through. I took out tiny bones, and then I made the copy, gaining 3 life, drawing a card. Man, oh, you have one Vaultborn Tyrant out, you play another one. That's good. Then one of those copies dies, or one of the originals dies. It re-enters, and you get 2 triggers from all the other Vaultborn you have, plus the one that is now a copy, so you gain 6 life and draw 2 cards, and if they sweep in its original copies, then you get the artifact creature tokens, and they enter. Oh, there's so many scenarios that would have been bad, but now they're made to feel so much better, I think. Mostly Marauding Raptor, relying on that. While it does have good potential, cost reduction for anything oftentimes could be better than ramp if you have a lot of small creatures. If you play 2 dinosaurs or 2 creatures, in Marauding Raptor's case, it's kind of like Marauding Raptor tapped for 2 mana because it helped to play 2 things. But Marauding Raptor does unfortunately kill all the egg tokens from Palani's Hatcher. I don't get those dinos, and it's too hard to rely on it. It's too hard sometimes to get that source of red. I would need all 4 Stomping Grounds, probably maybe 3 Cavernous Souls, a bunch more sources of red to make sure I can see it as often as possible on turn 2. But I'm already doing lovely stuff. Sylvan Scrying to grab a land, to assemble the combination, to make a bunch. Certainly feels more stable than playing Marauding, which I would imagine is going to die. Yeah, it's hard to think of all the points, but with Palani's Hatcher, that kind of, I think it was the inspiration to trim Marauding. Don't rely on the small stuff. Do a lot of other things, like Sylvan Scrying, to see the lands. Not that Marauding is bad. I used Marauding Raptor for 3.5 years, ever since M20 was released. I should look up the Reddit post when Marauding Raptor was spoiled all those years ago. I made a lovely Reddit post and everybody seemed to enjoy it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's the right dinosaur for this way to play on, but 100% if it was the other more aggressive type of list, perfect fit. 100%. Pretty much the best dinosaur in the other style. Your pinging Regisaur and the token, and likely you also have Palani's Hatcher in the aggressive dinosaur list, but Marauding Raptor pinging those eggs, those are dinosaur eggs. So Marauding Raptor gets pumped up by 4 plus Palani, 6. Having a Marauding Raptor out and then a Palani's Hatcher, Marauding Raptor will go up to temporarily an 8/3, which, you know, it's not nothing. It's pretty good, I think. We did do it, JDX, yes.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
That's all good. It's going to be here if you guys have to switch or if you guys fall asleep, because I know it is pretty late for some of you. But yeah, we did it. I got revenge on Waste Not discard decks. Oh, the weird glitch. It's been quite some time since that's happened to me. Yeah. It just goes on for a while, the counter, to find a match, and then it connects and it waits a bit and it just goes into a draw. The algorithm was going to give me a mono black Waste Not opponents right there, and they knew they messed up because they wanted the mono black Waste Not opponent to actually have a chance, and it wasn't going to have a chance, so they had to make it a draw, I bet. That's probably it. Tyrant. I don't think it's mono black Waste Not. Definitely with this avatar, but I get, well, my spidey senses are tingling. Could work. We could draw a Commune, which would get us our third land to go Archdruids. We could draw Sylvan Scrying, which would get us our third land to go Archdruids. One mulligan. Okay, that is good. Because my spidey senses are tingling, thinking it might be mono black Waste Not. We've got Leyline of Sanctity. If that's the case, we just sit back, watch them do nothing as we get closer and closer every single turn, turning off pretty much their entire deck, which is, yeah, it's pretty good.
Don't push it. Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Okay. I chose to keep Tyrranax Rex over Carnage Tyrant just because of how things could shape up. I could be seeing 7 mana on turn 4, Archdruid's Charm grabbing what I need. A very real possibility. So I figured if there was a good chance of getting 7 on turn 4, might as well keep T-Rex hasty and all that stuff. Yeah. Wonder what they're doing. Play a swamp. Do it. Confirm my suspicions. Oh boy. Okay, not too bad. Also very nice that we got the Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, we're using that. We don't have to worry about it being discarded, but grab the Castle Garenbrig. We play that as our land for the turn, next turn. And then also Archdruid's Charm to grab and put out a Sunken. And what did I say? We're going to make 7 on turn 4, which is what's going to happen. And there's no way they can stop it. I don't care about dresses, Thoughtseize, doesn't matter. Smuggler's Copter, this could be regular Rakdos mid-range. Rakdos Aggro discard, possibly. I won't mess this up. I'm going to choose that source of red so I can maybe play Regisaur and Palani's Hatcher. But it could be very interesting. If I draw Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, I'll play Commune with Dinosaurs to dig and find the 5th land that I need to make 8 mana. And then with 2 Sunkens and a castle, 3 lands, I'll play Carnage Tyrant instead. Carnage for 6, Commune for 1. That would be nice. Or I could just draw my land for the turn and still be able to go with Commune. Many scenarios are possible. Or it could be Sorin and Vein Rip. Okay. Oh look, I faced off against a Rakdos Vampires opponent and they didn't do Sorin and Vein Ripper on turn 3. I thought that's the only thing they were able to do. I thought Vein Ripper happened on turn 3 every single time you face vampires. Well, what's going on here? And another lovely thing. What does Vein Ripper's ability say? Whenever a creature dies, target opponent. If they can't target us, Vein Ripper is some big dumb flying creature. There you go. I'm just going to play Tyrranax Rex. I could have whiffed, potentially. Even with 20 lands, I could have used Commune. I could have still played Carnage Tyrant if I didn't get a land. But Commune could have dug for my land for the turn. I play it, and I'm still able to play Tyrranax Rex. But if they can't do anything to this, they will die anyways to the second T-Rex. If we can get them to 10 poison counters. We would get him to 12. We'll see. Oh, there's the Sorin. Good. Oh, what a guy. What a guy. Pretty nice. Good stuff. You're dead. Do they have 8 total toughness to completely block one of the T-Rexes? They don't. They just don't. Wow, the Vein Ripper, okay. Okay, Smuggler's Copter could be made into a creature, but Vein Ripper and the Smugglers would have to block together just to take one out. So I think we should still be safe. We'll see if the opponent realizes that fact. We'll find out. But we should be good. Yeah, that's what you get.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Okay. Well, we're certainly keeping in the ley line. We don't have to worry about Thoughtseize, even though this is not Mono Black Waste Not with the Vein Ripper targeting us. There you go. It's just a big flying creature that I don't have to worry too much about. However, I do sometimes consider the Hornet Queen. If I don't worry about creatures dying, my little creatures, which easily die, I just stick this with the Leyline of Sanctity, and then the Rakdos Vampires opponent doesn't do anything if they've been too slow. Yeah, we'll see. Pithing Needle, also pretty nice. We name Sorin Imperious Bloodlord, and then we turn off Sorin. So it could slow the Vein Ripper down, but we did the regular thing, and the Vein Ripper was just a little bit too slow. Okay. Leyline of Sanctity. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is a fantastic hand right there. You might not think so with 2 lands, but what you are looking at is 6 mana. Sunken and Castle Garenbrig, Sylvan Scrying to grab the second Sunken, put it onto the battlefield on turn 3, then by turn 4 I can make 6. If they have removal or a bouncing thing for Leyline, well, we'll find out, won't we? Okay, getting that forest changed things quite a bit. I have a forest that will help Castle Garenbrig enter untapped. We're getting there. Now, is there some scenario where it's not a big deal? It's not like it really matters if I go Castle Garenbrig this turn, but they could have Field of Ruin or Demolition Field. If that is the case, you just preserve Castle Garenbrig. You only play it on the turn when you're about to pop off. And now again on turn 4, I'm making 7. I have Castle Garenbrig, Cavern of Souls. I can make 8 on turn 5, and they can't interrupt it. They can't. Leyline seems pretty good, doesn't it? Okay. Hopefully it's fast enough. Of course, it could be Sorin Imperious Bloodlord, Vein Ripper. It's a big flying creature, so that still tends to get the job done. 2 Blood Tithe Harvesters makes me feel pretty good. It wasn't Fable. They didn't make the Goblin token, which would start attacking to make treasures, possibly getting... Oh, look what they have. Look what they have. But possibly getting the Vein Ripper down a little bit earlier. Preacher of the Schism. Okay. No more lands. Come on. What am I playing? 24 or something. Tyrranax Rex. 100%. They could have Shieldred's Edict or something. We could potentially be sacrificing Tyrranax Rex. A very real possibility. Just play them, get some damage, get rid of the Preacher. I don't think they're going to be able to deal 11 this turn. If I draw Regisaur Alpha, Palani's Hatcher, that could kill them. I guess it won't. sometimes, even with 20 lands, you still get absolutely flooded. Use your move. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it before the trigger resolves. Come on. You know you wanna. I guess they're not gonna do that. That would have been pretty cool. Sometimes the opponent does that. They take out Ghalta with Sheoldred's Edict or Bitter Triumph. But then the trigger is still on the stack. And then I can put a second copy out because they killed the first one. So it makes sense in that scenario. Sometimes you just die. When your deck has so many big creatures, sometimes you just don't draw much. Yeah, that's how it goes. Well, guess I can go back down to 18 lands. I might do that one day, maybe 19. We'll see. Yeah, I would like that ley line. Yeah, it's gotta be. Okay, we're good. Phew. I only had to mulligan once to get it, and it is a much better hand as well. Absolutely. Palani's Hatcher, big time. I could have sent Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant to the bottom. Being a legendary creature, having 4 copies, there's a pretty reasonable possibility that I would draw into another one if I'd put it on the bottom. But I like the looks of this. You know what, Commune? We're going to see if we get a Sunken Citadel. We got a Sunken Citadel. Good stuff. Always enters tapped. I love it. We could have gone with Sylvan Scrying, but now we gain a lot of information. Good information. Yeah. Sylvan Scrying to grab another Sunken. I like that. We have to use Sylvan Scrying up at some point, so I might as well just use it up now. Archdruid's Charm could be just about anything. Take out a creature, grab a land. I could top deck Castle Garenbig this very next turn, and that would change what Archdruid's Charm is used for quite a bit. Next turn, top decking a castle, I could make 7. I don't have anything to play, but I would wait and wait and wait. And hope it's not a Vein Ripper. Okay, it's a Vein Ripper. That's okay. That tends to do the trick. Well, Archdruid's Charm. We're grabbing what we need to grab to make 8, and no more lands. Don't draw any more lands. Don't do it. That's a lot of mana. We're not dead yet, though. Vaultborn Tyrant. That would be pretty good. Probably stabilize enough, a little bit. I hope. Okay, that's not terrible. I don't think we're dead. The Vein Ripper would only go up to 8, take us down a little bit there. I like it. I like it. Now, what I use Ghalta to take out Sorin. The +1, sacrifice a vampire, deal 3 damage to a target. Well, that could target Palani's Hatcher, but it can't target us. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if I can use Archdruid's Charm to take out the Vein Ripper. We'll find out. I should have enough blockers. I just block the Preacher if they attack. But I don't think the Preacher is going to attack. They probably want to hold on to it. Yeah. Carnage Tyrant next turn would be pretty nice. Playing it for the 3 lands. No, I couldn't go Archdruid's. It would be nice to go with Archdruid's Charm next turn and also play somebody pretty big. I could see him having some sort of removal for So a Shieldred, okay, okay. A little rough. That is a lot of life with the Vein Ripper. Absolutely. But we're not dead yet. Mostly dead. 3, 2, yeah. That's how it goes. Nuts. Yeah, that's alright. Can't get them every time. Oh, man, I love Leyline of Sanctity. Okay. Think we'll... one more match? Maybe. Let's do one more match. Let's see if we can end on a positive nightcap. Another mono black waste not. Let's see it. But that darn Shieldred. Sometimes she is pretty scary. Not all the time. It can bash right through her, get the job done, have some fun. Angels. Maybe this is finally going to be Celestia Angels. I get to bring in Torpor Orb and stop all their life gain shenanigans. I hope that is, because I'm going to keep this hand. It looks very oh boy. Darn. Waste not coming in hot. Okay, maybe that is not the case. I'll take it, absolutely. Sylvan to grab Castle Garenbrig. Pretty straightforward right there. Hopefully Archdruid's Charm is not discarded. As long as we can go Archdruids to grab the other Sunken. Hopefully they have a bunch of removal or something. Okay, mono black Vampire. Tends to do the trick as well. Very interesting stuff, because I gotta say it's been quite some time since I've seen vampires, specifically Vein Ripper. That could have just been, variants, how it goes. We could also kill them ish if they don't kill us this turn, if they attack with both creatures, which I think they're definitely gonna do. Okay, we're not dead yet. We're down to 7. Let me think. Yeah, that tends to do the trick. Okay. A mono black Vein Ripper. Keep Leyline of Sanctity. Pithing Needle, a very real possibility. Definitely, but I think I value Leyline. Again, with the Vein Ripper's trigger whenever a creature dies, plus the likely Thought Seizes and Duress, definitely. But man, one more land and they would have been dead. I kind of like that. 3 lands and one of them is Sunken Citadel. One more. Okay, good. Phew. We got that Leyline. Beautiful stuff. You know what? I'm going to send Cavern to the bottom. It's not a green source that can help Archdruid's Charm. There's a very good chance I should draw into the 3rd green source. Should be okay. We'll see. Commune with Dinosaurs. We're going to see if we get another Sunken. Well, we don't, but we get that 3rd source, fortunately. Seems like it is more mono black aggro. Not a whole lot of discard spells, but you know what is... It's definitely in there. Gotta be. Big time. Alright. Carnage Tyrant coming up. Cross your fingers, cross your claws. They don't have a Sheoldred's Edict. Ooh, that would not be fun. Okay, that's also painful. Champion of the Dust does tend to do the trick. That's kind of like the old vampire that they used to cheat out with Sorin. When it enters the battlefield, they draw X cards, lose X life, where X is the number of vampires they control. I would imagine Carnage Tyrant is being, you-know-whatted. Sacrificed. Do it. Now the question becomes, do I want to block the Knight of the Ebon Legion? When it gets a little bit bigger, it does have that potential to pump itself by paying 2 and a black, give itself +3/+3. Oh, okay. Pretty good. Calatus, also quite nice. Take it out. 1 time, gain 5 life, big creature. 1 less big creature. Okay. Phew. Top decking, a lovely Carnage Tyrant. Hopefully a Vaultborn Tyrant at some point here. The opponent doesn't have Sheoldred out, so we could really stabilize quite a bit. I could, if I drew a Commune with Dinosaurs, dig for a Vaultborn and still have enough to play it. Pretty crazy stuff. 2 Sunkens, a forest, and a castle. 7 mana. Ooh, deadly. Do it. You know you wanna. Oh boy, they're thinking about it. Good, good. I'll take out Calatus. Any day. Carnage Tyrant was going to die to one of their Death Touchers anyways. I'd rather them just have some zombies. And I'd rather not draw some lands. But that is how it goes sometimes. It's not like I have a lot of them in the deck. As TheGrumpysnail2 says. Okay, that tends to do the trick. Maybe one more. That match was fast. You know, let's do one more. Let's go past 1 hour once again. I used to do 2 hours, and I am hoping to get back to that. Start a little bit sooner, maybe 9:30 my time. Roughly an hour earlier than I usually start right now. A good 2 hours would be, that'd be nice. Something black again. More mono black Waste Not. It really is, continues to be quite common. But that Rakdos Vampires opponent, that was a long time since I faced him. For whatever reason. Odd. I mean, it could work. I don't think this is mono black Waste Not, but I kind of feel like Koto Yan. The name is a little bit familiar. I feel like I faced him before. No. Okay, quite a bit better, quite a bit safer if it's something other than mono black Waste Not, but we'll find out. Okay, phew. Temple of Mystery, huh. Interesting. Pay that 2 life. We'll go with Commune. Boseiju could have been the land for the turn, but we'll use it up. We'll maybe save Boseiju, because that could come in handy to take out something. Grabbing Castle Garenbrig, though, very, very nice indeed. Definitely play that with Sylvan. And then we can play Carnage Tyrant on turn 4. I like it, I hope. We can't counter land. That's pretty good. I kind of sense Simic Flash. So they play a lot of their... Well, they play pretty much all their spells. Oh, Lotus Field. Well, this is getting quite interesting. We'll maybe use Boseiju to take out Thespian stage. When they activate it when they pay 2. Possibly. Possibly. One less Lotus Field for them. Okay. Not today. No. And look, now they have 1 land. Well, 2 lands. So it's a lot better. They were about to have 2 Lotus Fields, and now they don't have 2 Lotus Fields. I like this much better. A bit better chance. At least Carnage Tyrant, they can never target. We potentially could have been dead if the Lotus Field opponent had 2 Lotus Fields out. It is very nice to see the sticky situation that Boseiju, who endures, got me out of. A very good example. It helped. Pour over the pages. They have 5 mana. Untap 2 lands. Okay, Thespian stage. Also kind of rough. Okay, not too bad. Not the end of the world. I would imagine we are dead. They're gonna have boatloads of mana, as is often the case with Lotus Field, but maybe they stumble. You never know. They might not have pour over the pages. It's a possibility. Paying 5 to untap 2 lands and splunking as well. Well, that's extra bad. Extra bad. Auron's Epiphany is also extra bad. Okay, well, Emergent Ultimatum tends to do the trick, but not every time. There's a very slim chance that when we choose Omniscience, that has to be shuffled because we can't let them play all their stuff. A very slim chance that maybe we can make it happen. Might as well play it through, even though it's likely done for. Perhaps. Oh boy. Just takes forever sometimes. No Omniscience, don't do it. Get that concede button ready. Oh man, they're drawing a lot of cards there. I need the Jeopardy theme song, my goodness. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay, that's all the pour over the pages. At least they can only have 4. My goodness, that's not fun. Reenact the Crime tends to do the trick. Getting Omniscience onto the battlefield, it was put into their graveyard that turn, which is a very painful thing. With pour over the pages. Pour over the pages. They draw 3 cards, untap up to 2 lands, which are 2 Lotus Fields, and then they discard a card, which was the Omniscience, and then they play Reenact the Crime for 4. They exile a non-land card in a graveyard that was put there from anywhere this turn, and they put Omniscience in there with, I think, a pour over the pages, and then now they can cast their spells for free. Golly gee. Pithing Needle? Well, could be something. Definitely. Nah, we'll go for Pithing Needle. At the moment, with the sideboard the way it is, Pithing Needle is going to be our best bet. it lands. We name Thespian Stage. At the very least, they won't be copying their Lotus fields. But High Noon, 100%, man, that would hose them good. 1 and a white. Each player can only cast up to 1 spell a turn. That's the hard counter of this deck. If they can only do one thing, it's not much of a deck at all. Man, I should bring in High Noon once again. It's not hard to splash for a white or a blue or a black. Absolutely. We don't have a turn to play. Now, I'll leave that tapped. I'll go with Commune next turn. See what we get. I'll start off with Commune. See if it is a Sunken Citadel. Which it is. Very, very good for us. Archdruid's next turn to grab a Castle Garenbrig, and maybe we're in a good position. If they play a Thespian Stage with this Arboreal Grazer, okay. Archdruids it is. We gotta grab what we gotta grab. Next turn we can make 7. We can play Tyrranax Rex pretty nicely. It might be too little too late. Hopefully I draw one of those Pithing Needles. But I bet they have a Lotus Field in their hand. Oh boy. Okay, that's good. That's extra good. If we can get a Pithing Needle now, it's not going to be a pretty sight. I like it. I don't like it. Okay. Well, Lotus Field entering untapped. Now they can copy stuff and do their thing. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go with Vaultborn Tyrant. I want all the draws possible if they can't do it next turn. Maybe we'll be able to do it with the Vaultborn out there. But again, they can make a 7, pour over the pages to untap the Lotus Fields. We could be dead with 2 Lotus Fields, but they only have 4 cards in their hand. We might survive one more turn. Okay. They only have 4. They can't go pour over the pages. That costs 5. Okay, now they got potential for 5. Whew, okay. Regisaur Palani's Hatcher. Oh boy. Well, it's now or never. We gotta hope. We'll see. Who knows? They have a counter spell. Oh, they don't. Okay. Regisaur Palani. Do it. Oh, that's not Regisaur Alpha or Palani's Hatcher. That's a little bit rough. You can see why I love to provide haste above and beyond the 4 Palanis or the 4 Regisaur Alpha, because sometimes I don't quite get it done. But if I had a 9th and a 10th way to give everybody haste, which there are some options, we could do it more often. They would be dead in that instance if it was various other things. But we gotta be dead. Gotta be. They'll probably search for Zakama, I imagine. Okay. Fae of Wishes. Also very scary. Pour over the pages. Omniscience. Actually, I think Omniscience costs a total of 10. At the moment, they can only make 9 with the 3 Lotus Fields. Okay. Now pour over the pages. Something. Okay. Well, sacrificing 2 Lotus Fields, though, that is Interesting. Getting exactly enough for the Emergent Ultimatum. We'll see what they grab. Seems okay. Maybe. Realm Cloak Giant to destroy all creatures. I'm actually not too worried about that. Alrund's Epiphany, not too much. Omniscience. That basically, that's what it has to be. Actually, you know what? I want them to not destroy all creatures. We'll see what they have in their hand. I think that could be it, but I'll roll the dice, take my chances that they don't have anything too bad. We'll see. Oh boy. Tends to do the trick. Okay. All right. The darn Lotus Field. Maybe it is time for High Noon. I don't know. Lotus Field still isn't super popular in Explorer. It's definitely much more popular in Pioneer on Magic the Gathering Online. They have access to hidden strings. For 1 in the blue, you can untap 2 Lotus Fields. You untap 1 permanent, and then you can untap another one, and that is the perfect thing for that deck. Yeah, couldn't get it done against Lotus Field. Didn't quite have that ultimate hate card, but Lotus Field, again, is not common enough that I'd want to bring in super dedicated hate against it. I'm gunning for Mono Black Waste Not with the Leyline of Sanctity. Big time. But that will go to the wayside eventually. I will trim Leyline of Sanctity, move it to the sideboard potentially, or maybe out completely, but for now, Leyline of Sanctity in, give myself hexproof, make it so the opponent can't target me with anything. Man, that was good. All right, we'll leave it there for tonight. JDX, Victor, Thunderwolf, anybody else watching right now, later on. I had a good time. I didn't bring in Boombox, unfortunately. Yeah, that was good. Okay. Have a good one, a good rest of your time zone, and I'll see you next time. Peace.